This is Grace Gallery, and I have two absolutely wonderful guests here with me. I have Chelsea Starr and Ruby Cortez. And that's mother and daughter, by the way. So, yeah, these are two wonderful, charming young ladies. All right, so I am going to have you guys introduce yourselves. So I am going to start with the mother. Ruby, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Ruby and I will make it short, and I'm the mother of this beautiful young lady right here beside me. Introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Chelsea Starr. I'm 13 years old, I'm a dancer, singer, and model, and I'm the daughter of Ruby.
My daughter.
All right, I'm just going to fill in a little bit more detail because you didn't really go into quite a bit detail that I had expected you to, Ruby. So Ruby is also a singer and a model herself, and Chelsea Starr is the 2019 Canada's Top Choice pageant winner for Miss Teen, and she is a model and dancer, which she did speak about. So that is some other information that you guys didn't get a chance to hear before. All right, now we're going to get into these wonderful, fantastic questions. Let's get into it. All right, so one, what was the first thought you had about going back to school when you had been out for many months? Chelsea, this is all yours.
Well, I personally am doing online school because we're trying to stay as safe as possible during this time. So my first thought was, how was it going to go? Was it going to be easy, hard, difficult, boring? But it actually has been so fun, surprisingly. It gives me a lot more time to work on my work and make sure it's the best it can be. And it gives me more time to talk to my friends even online, which I found really surprising. But yeah, I'm having a great time online.
And number two, what kind of feelings or emotions did you have by going back to school?
Mainly excited. Surprisingly, I was super ready to go to school. And I felt like, because it's just been such a long time since we've been at school, I was so excited to get back into it and start learning new things. This year I am going into grade 8, so I was very excited for that. I was also excited to meet my new classmates. And I was a little nervous too, because again, I didn't know how online school was going to work for me.
I think for me, like, I'm a little bit nervous when we have to decide whether to go online or go to school face to face or in person. Um, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. I know she's been in quarantine. She's a very busy 13 years old or 12 years old, like last year was so busy. And I think she missed that interaction with everyone, especially she's a competitive dancer, so she trained a lot. Like sometimes she will dance 7 days a week. And with the quarantine, it's quite difficult. So I thought that whether to continue to keep her at home or go to school. But then again, we have with her grandmother safety in mind, and I also have asthma, and her sister. So we thought it's easier or it's safer and peace of mind too for her to study online. That's why we choose to go that route. So she's enjoying it. Actually, for me, I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm very very happy on the outcome so far. So far, so good. She's getting a lot of support as well. One thing that I love the most that she is doing an online courses is there's a lot of uh, stuff or skills that she wanted to get last year, but because of the time, she didn't have time to do it. And this year, she kind of have squeezed a little bit of more things in her schedule.
Okay, number three, what is one fond thing you can think of that you have done or remember over COVID time?
Hmm.
I'm going to let Chelsea answer this first, and then Ruby, you can answer it after.
For me, I did so many things over quarantine. It was a very eventful quarantine, I guess you could say. Staying at home still. So there's not like one memory I could name. But my favorite part about quarantine was how there was so much time. There's so much time to relax, so much time to think, so much time to try new things that you never would think you would try. But you're at home doing nothing, so you might as well. And yeah, there's just so much time, and I love the time we could spend with my family. And I talked to my friends online a lot and played new games online. I really liked the time. That was my favorite.
And Ruby?
For me, well, I did not quarantine because my profession is part of essential services. So the only thing that I would say that it's during COVID is give me more time to spend a lot of time with them. And Chelsea and I did a lot of hiking, and we're still doing it, going back to nature and going because everything are closed. So the only thing that we could do is go for a hike. We don't see a lot of people, so it's kind of nice. So we discovered a lot of parks that we haven't been to and places. So it's quite nice to spend a lot of time with Chelsea.
That's one thing I've been doing a lot of too, is taking a lot of hikes as well. Me and my friend Rachel, we are long distance walkers, and we walked one day for 6.5 hours one way and 6.5 hours another way. So that was a 13-hour long walk one day.
I thought we one bad, but wow, that is okay. Maybe that's the whole day.
Yeah.
That is a whole day. That is a whole day, yeah. Because when we got there, we only had like a couple hours to like swim in the lake, and then we had to walk back almost immediately before we hit darkness.
Yeah. Wow, a lot of time.
Number 4, what is one thing you did as a family during COVID that you consider a good memory?
I would say taking walks and stuff. And me and my mom went to Algonquin Park. There's probably a better way to explain it, but I'm going to explain it my way. Basically, it's a cottage in the middle of the forest, and you go there. There's no internet. There's a lot of wildlife. It's so pretty. And we went canoeing. You hike down the forest, and you go canoeing in like this lake in like the middle of nowhere, and it was like dead silent, and it was so beautiful. And I really liked it. So that would probably be my favorite memory.
Well, besides the odd moose call, I love Algonquin Park. I did that myself too. I went down there and I did the canoe thing, and I got to see a couple moose. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ruby.
You know what? For me too, that was, I guess, the ultimate this summer that I will always remember with Chelsea. It's off grid. There's no Wi-Fi, so it was a little bit. This is the first time, I guess, that we went away without the, really off grid, and we enjoyed it a lot. A lot. We went portaging. Is that what you call it? So we, like Chelsea said, we hike, and then we take the canoe to another lake, and then I think we went like at least 5 lakes, and it was quite beautiful. Like it's just amazing. And I had a hard time being quiet, and Chelsea kept giving said, "Mom, silence."
Well, because we're canoeing, and it's like beautiful, and you try to take those moments in life, and you're like, you try to really think, and you're like, and I'm like looking out into the water and the trees, and then my mom's like, my God, it's so quiet out here. And she kept doing that. So I was like, Mom, we gotta like be in the moment. And then she was like, it's so quiet. So
it was just like, I guess when you are in the city always, and when you go on holiday, it's always, seeing things. There's a lot of noises. There's not a lot of nature basically when we go on trip with like New York, right? When we go to New York, and it's like nightlife. But with Algonquin, it's so hard to keep quiet. And it was raining. It was just gorgeous and beautiful. The nature, like, I had a hard time being quiet.
It was
You
funny.
know the noisiest things that are around Algonquin Park? The loons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're very noisy. There's a lot of loons there, and they're very pretty birds. They're very gorgeous. If you ever got to see one of them while you were at Algonquin Park, there's a lot of them there. And another thing about I love about Algonquin Park is the freshest water streams that there are. Like you could actually, like what I did was when I was there, I actually just filled my canteen up. I just put my canteen into the little creek there and just filled up my canteen because the water is so pure there. It's purified already. You don't need to purify it anymore. It's very pure water and you can just fill up your canteen. No problem at all. That water is very crystal clear and perfect.
We didn't try that, but the actually the place that we stay, the falls, their own falls, they have a stream or a falls. Like the electricity comes from there, right? So the electricity at night, like they create their own electricity. I don't know how they call it, but it's so
Yeah,
cool.
we thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that was the highlight of our quarantine.
Yeah. Maybe next year we can go.
So number 5, how has COVID affected your life as a model entertainer?
For me, it changed me in so many ways, some bad, but mainly good. Again, like I was saying before, there's just so much time, you know? So I had a lot of time to really like learn about dance and singing and modeling and getting to performing more, learning how other people perform and learning other people's experiences and stuff. And there's tutorials on YouTube and classes online. There was just like so much time to learn about the things I love doing. So that's how it changed me.
Ruby?
Like I said, I didn't really quarantine. The only thing that changed me with all the lockdown and everything is kind of look back and realize how lucky we are, and we take everything for granted. And just to give you an example, when we went like I think last week of March, when we went into lockdown, and things that we take for granted, like going out and getting grocery, suddenly you can't do that, right? Freely. And you have abide by the bylaws. And so I think I look at simple things and I appreciate it more now than like going for a walk. Like before I would say, I'm too tired, I'm not going, Chelsea. But this time, you want to kind of like make that moment and make memories, more memories. So I think that's kind of, there's a lot of aha moments during those.
Number 6, do you see us returning to the old normal ever again?
Absolutely. I truly believe that we will, even if it's not soon, anytime soon. I just know one day we will be back to how it was before. It's a little scary thinking about it because you never know when it is going to end or when they're going to find a vaccine, because that's probably when everything's going to go back to normal. But you can only hope, and I truly believe that everything happens for a reason, and I truly believe that we will go back 100%.
I think we would. Like, that's good, Chelsea. I love that all the young kids are very optimistic and very like they're thinking of the new world, the new normal. For me, I don't think we will go back to the normal, but we are gonna have the new normal because the way we do things would be different, right? I think everybody individually, businesses, um, or around the world, I think we learn and grew for the last 6 months. We did things differently. We appreciate what we had. So I think when we go back to the new normal, it's interesting. I'm excited to see people that would live life differently. I think that you know that I'm excited to see that.
Okay, number 7, does wearing a mask, face covering, make you feel comfortable? Why or why not?
So here's my opinion on the mask wearing. I know when I was quarantining and before I started coming out because like dance was opening and stores were slowly opening, people were always saying how uncomfortable it was, how they felt like they couldn't breathe, how it felt like so suffocating. But so I wore a face mask for the first time and it was a little uncomfortable, but after a while it just makes you feel more safe. And it's like nothing's really there. It's just kind of like an extra thing, you know, like a little accessory. There's pretty masks out there, which I think are pretty fun. You can match it with your outfit and stuff. So yeah, to me, it's not that big of a difference, and it really makes me feel safe with my mask on, and knowing that everybody else has their mask on also makes me feel very safe.
Yeah, there's
Everyone,
also fashionable ones too, right?
there is.
Yeah.
For me, like I have asthma, so I can relate to people when they said it's uncomfortable. And it was hard for me to wear it, and I wear it even in the office, and dealing with the client, dealing with my staff. We have to wear it. Um, it is uncomfortable, however, if you think of your responsibility as a person and to keep you safe, to keep your family safe, and everybody safe. And I think that is a very tiny or insignificant price to pay, right? So all like this is something that everyone want to do, but we have to do it. It's our social responsibility to make sure that we're not only protecting ourselves, but we also protecting our family and everybody.
Yes, and I absolutely agree with that. I'm in the same boat as you. I have asthma. I also have anxiety, and I also have had trauma, bad trauma in my life. So, I do have trouble breathing with a mask on. So I am one of those people who would technically be exempt, but I wear it because it is required and it is mandatory. It is the bylaw here, and it is required to get into stores here. So I put it on in the stores and that sort of thing. So, I absolutely do wear it. And, you know, I I know that when I'm playing pool, I need a more breathable mask. I have a cloth mask that I just wear in and out of stores because it's complicated to wear that one. I find it's more difficult to breathe in a cloth mask. And so I need like the surgical mask, I find is a much easier mask to breathe in. So I use that one for playing like sports or pool or whatever. Something that I need to wear a mask for a longer period of time. So, but that is how I overcome that, and I've adapted. Same thing. Like what Chelsea had mentioned, it just becomes an accessory. It feels like it's not even there after a while. I don't have bad asthma. I have a very mild case of asthma. Sometimes you can't even tell I've even got asthma. It's just, you only can tell that I have asthma because I just wheeze a couple times. But that's basically it. Um, I ran out of my puffers years ago. I still gotta go back to my doctor and get new ones my doctor has since retired, and so this new doctor hasn't even got a clue what ones I take. So I gotta go through all through new testing with him.
It's all the same, blue.
Yeah, there's blue and the brown one. I have the blue and the brown.
Or red, orange.
No, it's brown actually. There's the brown package, the brown one. So 8. As a model entertainer, how many hours do you normally practice? I think you've mentioned this one a little earlier in our discussion.
I can't tell you an exact number because weeks change, but I will tell you that it is a lot. I truly believe that practice makes improvement, and I'm always trying to improve what I'm doing. So every single day, I make sure I do something that revolves around rather singing, dancing, modeling, whether if it's researching on something, learning about something, actually practicing it. So I do spend a lot of hours practicing and working on my stuff. Because that's just what I love to do. And it's not hard for me. It's not hard to practice something to practice what I do because I love doing it so much. So yeah, I practice it a lot.
Ruby?
I don't practice.
No? But you do singing and you do modeling, so you got to practice.
I just say I don't practice. I just look at Chelsea. But this kid, it just yeah, she's just very motivated and disciplined. It's enough one person practicing for both of us.
I'm sure you practice. I'm sure you practice on a karaoke machine. You probably just sing karaoke together all the time, every evening probably.
Pretty funny when I'm practicing singing, she'll come in and she'll also sing. I'm like, Mom, do you want to sing? And she's like, no. And she's singing under her breath and I can hear her. And she just doesn't want to admit she wants to sing. It's pretty funny. And then she takes the mic and she goes like, ah.
She does more practicing, Chelsea.
That sounds like mother like daughter. Or
Like
vice versa. I don't know.
I think it would be a daughter, like daughter, not mother.
like mother like daughter.
No,
Number 9. As a model entertainer, how much time is taken for preparations, travel, and music voice lessons, if any?
Like before something, it like getting ready for something, it takes me like in advance. Like if I'm getting ready for an event, I start getting ready as soon as I know. Like if I have to perform something, I start working on my dance or working on my song or whatever it is. So I do spend a lot of time getting ready.
I think if she has an event, I'm the makeup artist and her fashion. What do you call this? She does a lot of competitive dancing, even when she's competing. I think mostly we get ready 2 hours prior to an event or when she's performing, getting ready, everything, make sure she has eaten properly. And then after she hair and makeup or costume that we need to get ready and prepare for the performance. And then she would have at least 15-30 minutes warming up. So like 3 hours prior to an event or performance or competition. That's usually the time.
If you could name one contest, concert, pageant, or event that you were a part of recently, which would it be and why?
This is not very recent. This is last more than a year, recent. But because quarantine.
Yeah.
Well, I participated in Canada Top Choice, and I was Miss Teen Canada Top Choice 2019. I remember it was June, and my mom was like, "Hey, you're getting invited to this pageant. Do you want to do it?" And really, I didn't want to do it. I was like, "That's so much work, and I'm just gonna be so busy." But then I ended up saying yes, and it was the best decision ever.
Why?
Well, because I just got to meet so many people, and it's such a community and
Oriented.
yeah, and we do a lot of fundraisers and performances. And this past August was supposed to be the end of my reign, so I was going to pass down my crown to the new Miss Teen Canada Top Choice. But that didn't end up happening, so I still am the current Miss Teen Canada Top Choice.
2 years.
Like I don't know how I feel because I'm a little sad. I didn't. Cause everyone likes that moment. So it's like we finally need to do the whole year. But nope, I'm still Miss Teen Canada.
Which is just fine. You'll probably be Miss Teen Canada till 2021.
You know what? I think like she did a pageant before. I think, and she does a lot of competition. She's a competitive dancer. And I think the latest, which is the Canada Top Choice, I think that's one of the best competition she ever entered. I love the community. They promote so much diversity and inclusion, and she got to meet and learn a few Filipino words. So that's a big plus for us. And it just, I guess, just giving back to community. They promote so much on giving back to the community. And the CDC, or the Canadian Top Choice family, has become a second family to us. It's just those beautiful, wonderful people. the organization that they attach, that they attach themselves with, and like it's really really well run. And Jennifer Size, just such an amazing director of CTC.
Yeah, they're great people. They
Yes.
really are. Um, and but I thought her most recent one was the World Championships Performing Arts. I thought that was 2020.
So technically, yes, I think you are correct. I just I didn't really count it as that because it was online. But yes, I did participate in Bacopa 2020, but it was virtual online.
Sorry about that.
It was virtual online. I entered a minute of my open dance number, and I ended up getting a gold medal, which was really rewarding and fun. And so yeah, that was my recent.
I think she's so used of like she does a lot of competition. Show your mind.
Yeah.
But she is if everything goes well, she is going to the 2021 in person. And
yeah, and I'm super excited if I do end up going because it's in Hollywood. I get to like take an airplane there, and like it's gonna be super fun. So yeah, I really hope I do.
Yeah.
So, I will.
And congratulations on your gold medal.
Thank you.
Number 11, if you have been in an interview or online event, which one was it and what was your experience?
Over quarantine, there has been a few, but mainly I've been doing something called CTC Up Close and Personal. So it's basically where I just interview a few people, performers, modelers, singers, dancers, and it was just super cool getting to know them, asking them questions, and learning about why they love doing what they're doing and how they do what they do. So that was probably the thing I did over quarantine.
Have you done anything like that, Ruby?
No, I'm actually the behind the scene.
She's there behind the camera taking pictures of me.
Taking the video.
Okay, I didn't think that you'd be able to answer that one, but I wasn't sure. I thought I'd ask. Well, are you comfortable with online events or in-person events? Which one do you like better and why?
Both of them are great. I'm super grateful that we do get to do online events, that there's people to set up those things and there's people working hard to have those things happen. But personally, I like in-person events way better. You can just feel the energy of the room. That's probably the main reason. And everybody there and having a great time. And when I'm performing, I can feel the energy of the audience. And it's more like memorable. Like before, I just forgot that I did Bacopa 2020 and I just went straight to CTC because that was more in my memory than just watching a paper that was like, you got a gold medal. You know, there's a difference. So yeah.
And Ruby?
I think
one you can answer too.
You know what? I agree with her. I'm always just the Chelsea's audience, but I can see, like, I know she misses the stage, but you get to perform the last time before.
Oh, that was okay. I did actually have a concert back in September, right before school started. It was only 50 people in the audience, but I still got to do it, and it was live streamed on Facebook. I totally forgot about that. Antoinette, yeah, it was her inspiration concert. Yeah, so that's another thing I did. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, so I did get to go on stage the first time in a very long time, which was such a crazy and amazing experience, and I just was so happy to be on stage, and I'm so happy we got to do it. And yeah.
I think she, like for her, like seeing her doing all the competitions and community events and performing, I think it's a different feeling when you're there in front of people. And like Chelsea said, it's nice when, I think for any performer to see the reaction of the audience singing, dancing with you. It's different feeling, right? It gives you different kind of energy.
Yeah.
So I'm with you with that.
Oh, that's for sure. All right, 13. What has been your highest achievement to date as a model entertainer? This is probably more up Chelsea's line.
I guess I would have to say my crown from CCC. But really, in my mind, a biggest achievement is not just like one thing. I don't see, because a lot of people think getting the crown is like the biggest thing that happens that makes you the most happy, or like getting first place and like getting that ribbon. And of course, those feel amazing and so rewarding. But to me, the most rewarding things are like the little things along the way. So if I'm working on a skill for a long time and I'm just really not getting it, and the moment I finally get it, that's the moments where it really counts for me. And the moments where I'm just having a great time with my friends at dance or pageants, and when I'm surrounded by a community that honestly also feels very rewarding. And when I see the audience so happy, and the audience, sometimes people would come up to me and say like, oh, good job or whatever, that is also very rewarding to me. So yeah.
Ruby?
I can attest to that. I think I'm happy when she performs, and like what she said, I think for a competitive dancers since we were 2 years old, she was been dancing since she was 2 years old, and the medals, the ribbons, the trophies that she received. Sometimes I look at it, and every year I would say, "Oh my God, maybe she will not be excited," but I see that she's very dedicated and disciplined. That they always want like additional skills. She pushes and set goals for herself. She's very competitive with herself, and I think for her, when she learn new things, find time to learn new things, meet new people, I think that's the ultimate for her.
And for me, I always make it a point to celebrate every little thing. Sometimes you get caught up in the moment and you forget. That's what quarantine taught me too. Because like I wasn't even grateful for being able to go to school. So.
All right, 14. What is the best way for someone to contact you if they want to book you for an event?
Well, if you want to book me for an event,
You have to go through the manager. No, I'm just kidding. Go.
the best way to contact me is DMing me on Instagram at It's Chelsea Star. I will answer 100% of the time. So yeah, that is the best place.
YouTube.
No, so contact me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And contact them now.
Okay. And as a final question, Mascot Talent and Fashion Show 2020 is coming up in October. Would you like to share a few words about this?
Absolutely. So it's going to be a very fun community event. There's going to be fashion shows. There's going to be performing, singing, dancing, so much talent. Oh my God. I was super excited for it, and I cannot wait for it. I'm just super pumped, and I really hope I can see some people there. Yeah.
We're looking forward to that event, not only for the singing, the dancing, all the performers, but also I think we got to support and showcase small businesses and businesses in Brantford to help them. I think to help them to kind of bring awareness, like let's support the local businesses to, because during the pandemic they really suffer. So let's support them. And this community event will give us a chance to kind of showcase some of their pieces.
All right. Well, I want to thank you two young ladies for coming to the interview today. And I will be showing this on my YouTube channel. So try to go and check it out on Grace Gallery. And I'll provide a link straight through my Facebook. So I will post the video there. You can go and check it out there, and it will take you right to my YouTube channel. And you can subscribe to the channel if you wish. And I hope that you do. I hope that others do too. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful day, you two.
Thank you. Keep safe, everybody.
Bye.